Hello everyone, welcome you all in this session. Myself, Assistant Professor Ripal Gupta from LJ School of Law. So we'll continue over in this session with our last discussions topic. It is natural justice. We have discussed about the two principles. One is no one should be a judge his own cause and the different bias rules. And now we'll discuss the odi ultim partem in the last rule of the natural justice. So now what is odi ultim partem? Odi ultim partem is a Latin word which simply means that no party should be condemned or punished by the court without hearing them. So it is a natural justice principle that everyone should be heard. That is the reason why India is following natural justice and judicial system. We can see the case of Kasab where even though we have no great sufficient evidences against him, still we have to we gave a chance him to just speak. We gave him an advocate from his side. So this is natural justice. We believe in natural justice. As every party, even though criminal or whatever, they should have a chance from themselves to speak something. So no one should be left unheard. This is the odi ultim partem, which says that everyone should be heard. Why this principles basically came odi ultim partem? Because of the they have seen that in many cases, without hearing the parties, the judges deliver judgment. So this infringes their rights of being heard. So this is the principle which says that every party should be heard, and this is a basic principle of natural justice that without hearing the other party, you cannot deliver a judgment. So odi ultim partem is a basic necessity for the principle of natural justice, and it is a basic right of every party that they should be heard by the authorities. So there are three components for the odi ultim partem. The first is issuance of notice. The court says that no proper notice should be delivered to the party against whom you are, you are, you are, you are going to file a case against that person. So in the case of Fazal Faiz custodian, the Supreme Court said that valid and proper notice should be given to required parties of the matter to further proceed with the procedure of trial method. So proper notice against whom on which matter should be given to every party, even though the same provision has not been mentioned in the particular act. But it is the duty that they should give proper notice, prior notice to every parties who are going to be heard in their own matter. Second case, Kandahar State versus Government of Malia, the court held that notice must be directly and clearly specified on the matter of bias, facts, and circumstances in which it needs to be taken. So proper notice should be delivered to the person who are there in the parties, and they should be proper in knowledge on which issue they are going to be presented in the court. So the notice should be regarding the charges framed against the accused person, proceedings to be held. Everything should be there in their notice. So first component of odi ultim partem is issuance of notice to the parties. Second component is right to present a case and evidence. So once that person received the notice from the authority, he has the right to present his own case and evidence. So it is a basic right of the person that if an notice is issue against me, then I have a right to produce my case, to present my case, to hire my lawyer, and to produce evidences against for my support my case. So to support my case, these are the basic elements for the natural justice principle that every party should have a right to be heard, right to have a notice, and right to present his own case and also give evidences which may support to that particular case. And this also says that refusal on the unreasonable ground is termed as arbitrary in nature. So you cannot just refuse on unreasonable. There should, if you are refusing, you should have a reasonable ground for this. So that refusal should not take a shape of arbitrariness. Then next is right to cross examination after notice and after presenting case. Now the stage the second stage is right to cross examination. Here the parties have a right to cross examination. Here they can have a they should provide with all the statements of witness and the investigation procedure taken by the authorities. They should provide full information about the case, and they have right to do cross-examination. So it is said that cross-examination is a right of every parties, and they should be a part of that cross-examination. If they are not providing this component right to cross examination, then it is a violation of it's a violation of natural justice, and this cross examination has been defined in the section 137 of Indian Evidence Act. But sometimes, in some cases, cross-examination may be denied on reasonable grounds. So, in the case of Harinath Mishra of this Rajendra Medical College, in this case, student against whom the complaint was filed, he was denied to have a cross-examination because that person was, has charged against the that he used to have some speak something about the girl. So he was denied to have a cross examination because they might influence the impression of the girl students. So in these cases, the cross examination may be denied by the court. So on reasonable ground, they can deny the cross examination. Sometimes it has been necessary for to keep confidentiality of the case or the investigation procedure. The court might not allow to have a cross examination. So that has been held in the case of Gurbachan Singh's state of Bombay, where they said that for the confidentiality of the case, we should not allow, we may not allow the cross examination. And the last component is right to have a legal representative. In the case of A.K. Roy, it has been held that every person has a right to have a legal representative with him in the process. The person who is trained with the legal or with the law, he has a right to have a legal representative with him. So it is again the right of a party so that he can know about the legal procedure and he can be answered in the legal procedure by the legal expert. So this is again a legal right of every party, so they have legal representative in their own case. So we have discussed about over here about natural justice. Natural justice basically talk about three principles. No one should be a judge's own cause. It should be biased, free, and third is audi alter partem, that everyone should be heard. No one should be left unheard. So these are the main principle of natural justice. Natural justice has not been defined anywhere in any statute, not codified by even constitution, but simply a natural basis where you can provide a free and fair justice. But yes, it is mentioned in our preamble that we deliver a good justice system. So here we follow the natural justice principles in our system. Thank you.